Good afternoon and welcome back to another edition of the Jayhawk Sports Report. I'm Molly Pat Horan.
And I'm Nick Price. We got a great show for you tonight, and it all starts with a little spring football. How about it, Molly Pat?
That's right. The first spring football game is in the David Beatty era is finally here, and the team is ready to showcase all their hard work. KUJH-TV's Josh Kurlak is live outside the Kansas football practice.
You can see behind me Kansas is on the field for what will be its final spring practice before tomorrow's game. Head coach David Beatty and his staff have given Kansas a facelift. The Jayhawks implemented a fast-paced air raid offense this spring. They even let students watch practice yesterday, and during most practices, the offense runs about 80 to 100 plays, but the defense has been working hard as well. For a team that gave up an average of 33 points last season, Kansas knows its defense will have to be more prepared to stop the high-powered offenses of the Big 12.
I feel like that in the Big 12, everybody's like Texas, especially Baylor, everything's fast tempo and sped up. So practicing that every day, it won't be anything come Saturdays.
We'll get a first glance at the team tomorrow and how it reacts to game situations. Kickoff of the spring game is set for 1 p.m. Reporting live outside of Memorial Stadium, Josh Kurlak, KUJH Sports.
Yeah, assuming that the rain holds off tomorrow, Memorial Stadium should be full of family fun. Let's go ahead and take a look at that schedule right now. It all begins at 11 o'clock tomorrow with the bike fair in lots 58 and 65 over in the fun zone will be in effect over on the practice fields. Then at 11:30 you can head down behind the south end zone for the Williams Fun tailgating tents, but make sure you're in the gates early for the alumni flag football game at noon. Then at 1 o'clock is the 2015 spring game. If you can't make it out, the game will be broadcast on ESPN3. After the game, 1st through 6th grade kids can join the Jayhawks on the field for their Train Like a Jayhawk program.
With a big spring game over the weekend, head coach David Beatty decided to get the students involved yesterday when he hosted a lawn party in front of Watson Library. Hundreds of students came out to challenge the coach to various carnival games in exchange for prizes, and afterwards they made the trek to Memorial Stadium for a spring practice open just for students. Well, I mean, it's really great to see that he's trying to get KU excited about football.
Yeah, it was cool. The new women's basketball coach, Brandon Schneider, was out there, too, playing some games. So it's cool to see him interact with the students like that.
Yeah, getting everyone involved. It's great. Coming up next, we'll look ahead to KU's baseball team's trip to Morgantown.
Yeah, plus, the softball team matched their single-season wins record this week. Will they surpass it this weekend? All that and more when we return. Don't you touch that dial.
On the boards out there, guys. This is your territory, Grimson. Do your job.
Grimson.
Hello?
Hi, honey. What? Now? All right. The itsy bitsy spider climbed up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider out. Out came the sun and dried up all the rain, and the itsy bitsy spider climbed up the spout again.
I love you, Daddy.
I love you too, sweetheart.
Hey, it's my girl.
You know, my daughter.
Love. Pass it on. A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
Hey, check it out.
When it gets cold, feels like the end. There's no place to go, you know I won't give in. No, I won't give in. Keep holding
baseball team may not be having their best season in recent memory, but they are riding a one-game win streak. That game was on Tuesday against cross-state rival Wichita State. Bats were alive for the Hawks, scoring 11 runs on just 12 hits, defeating the Shockers 11-6. The Jayhawks look to continue their power hitting this weekend in Morgantown against West Virginia. Game 1 of the 3-game series begins within the hour. No TV this weekend, but you can listen to the action live on the Jayhawk Radio Network.
Now to the slightly smaller diamond, the softball team matches their program wins record against SIU Edwardsville on Wednesday. The Jayhawks out-hustled the Cougars and showed off their speed, pushing across 6 runs and just 8 hits, winning the game by a final score of 6-4. It's the 34th win of the season for Coach Smith's team. The Jayhawks return to the Big 12 play tonight, hosting the 5th-ranked Oklahoma Sooners. The first pitch for Game 1 of the 3-game series is at 5 o'clock. The Jayhawk Radio Network will carry the series this weekend.
In limbo between Masters Week and the U.S. Open, there is one event the golf fans can sink their teeth into, and that's the Big 12 tournament, which begins on Monday. Head coach Jamie Bermel says the Jayhawks will succeed if they can avoid letting bad holes get away from them.
What we need to be concerned about is our own play. If we go down there and do the little things right, prevent the big numbers because they're a very difficult golf course, I think we have a chance to do okay.
Jayhawks tee off in the Big 12 Championship on Monday down in Tulsa.
The tennis team wraps up its season in Waco, Texas this morning, falling to 3rd-ranked Oklahoma State. The Cowgirls swept 4-0 and advanced to the semifinals. KU's season finishes with an 8-15 record. Now let's take a look at what other sports we have on tap for this weekend.
Yeah, it should be a busy weekend, Molly Pat. First off, the track team heads to 2 different places this weekend. They'll travel down to, the throwers rather, will travel down to California for the Triton Invitational. That starts today and continues through tomorrow. But the sprinters will journey over to Missouri for the Bill Williams Bob Lapdad Invitational today. Wow, that's a mouthful.
The women's golf team is in San Antonio, Texas for the Big 12 Championships. Play started this morning and will continue into Sunday.
And finally, the soccer team hosts Creighton tomorrow night at Rock Chalk Park. It's their last spring exhibition game, and the game time for that one is at 6 o'clock. So, pretty busy weekend, Molly Pat, and we should be having some better weather, so maybe we can get out there, see some softball games or soccer game.
Yeah, I hope so. I love going out and watching good weather.
Yeah, that would be very nice. Well, when we return on the Jayhawk Sports Report, what else is new? The Royals are brawling once again. Bench is cleared. We'll have the breakdown of the Southside Brawl next.
Well, you're wrong.
I'm wrong. You're the one who misrepresented the facts.
Are you kidding? Your proposal is ridiculous.
You have no right to call
You are the worst example of politics.
I stand for something.
Flip-flop.
I stand for something.
Flip-flop or flip-flop.
Your proposal is ludicrous.
My proposal will go exactly the way I say it will.
My dead body.
I think somebody needs a timeout.
That's the power of one.
I motion that I be issued the timeout, and
Wow. Me too.
yeah, for sure, you should get a timeout.
I apologize.
And I motion that I start showing more respect.
Civility. Pass it on.
Welcome back. The Kansas City Royals took on the Chicago White Sox in Chicago last night for the first of a 4-game road series.
Yeah, the Royals look to bounce back after falling on the road to your team, the Minnesota Twins, on Wednesday. Yeah, first inning, Kendrys Morales here. Chilly night drops it into center. Mike Moustakas would score, and then Lorenzo Cain comes in. Quick 2-0 lead for the Royals.
Yeah, and he's really shown the upgrade from Billy Butler.
Yeah, he sure has. And then in the 4th inning, Alexi Ramirez, he just pokes it through the right side of the infield. Garcia would score. Royals still up 2-1 after this one on that chilly night in Chicago. And now jumping to the 5th inning, scary sight for Royals fans. Mike Moustakas literally takes one on the chin. That's gotta hurt. He'd be okay, though. He'd stay in the game, but man, what a scary sight.
Yeah, and you can just see the ball just barely miss his entire face and just scraping by his chin. I mean, look at everyone's reactions out there. That is not a pretty sight, but he's a tough guy for being okay and playing the rest of the game.
Yeah, Moose would stay in, like you said, those reactions. White Sox first baseman Jose Abreu with the cringe there. Apparently didn't affect him much, though, because he knocks this one off the wall in center field. Lorenzo has to chase it around, and now we have a tie ball game on our hands as Melky Cabrera scores. The game went into extra innings, and in the 13th inning, Eric Hosmer knocked one into right field, and watch Trot Dyson run. Scores from first, and you know, that's what speed do. The Royals take this one by a final score of 3-2 in 13 innings. Well, the big Mayweather-Pacquiao fight isn't until next weekend, but last night's 7th inning drama sure got everyone in the fighting mood.
Back to Ventura, who says something to Eaton before throwing over to first. The last half inning came to an end. The Royals and White Sox were screaming at each other.
Yeah, another game and another benches clearing brawl for the Royals. This one messier than anything that we saw in that Oakland series. Tempers flared and punches were thrown. 5 players in total ejected from this one. Yordano Ventura, Edison Volquez, and Lorenzo Cain were tossed for the Royals, and then starters Chris Sale and Jeff Samardzija were ejected for Chicago. We'll see if the tension between these two clubs continues tonight with Game 2 in Chicago. First pitch for that one is at 7:10 and can be seen on Fox Sports Kansas City. So, you know, Molly Pat, all these fights in Royals games, it seems a lot more like a hockey game than an actual baseball game.
Yeah, it's crazy. There's a lot of tension going on with the Royals and stuff. I mean,
know. They're kind of getting this whole bad boys of baseball attitude with them, I guess.
They're getting that reputation. Well, Jayhawk fans, that's all we have time for today's broadcast. Make sure to follow Nick and me on Twitter for all the updates on the KU sports you love.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in, and we'll be back next week, same time, same place, with another edition of the Jayhawk Sports Report. Have a great night, Lawrence. My bad on cutting you off on that one.